Oh, she's too big. I'm so sad. So I bought these 2 packages of yarn with a specific project in mind a couple months ago, and they've been sitting there waiting for me to open them and film them for the longest time. The project in mind was a sweater, and my boyfriend and I go away to South Korea and Japan in 1 week's time. Today is Saturday and we leave next Saturday, so I thought it could be a fun challenge, maybe a silly challenge, to see if I can finish the sweater before then to take on the trip. Yeah, okay, let's just open them and see what we've got. The packages are also so dirty and I'm like trying not to touch anything with them. They're so gross. Oh yeah, that's super chunky. Oh my gosh. So this is the pattern here, and it calls for these 3 colors. I did consider making them in different colors, but I also just really liked the pattern, so I figured I'd stick to them. So I pulled up the pattern here. The pattern is also free if you wanted to make it yourself as well. I don't know how easily available this yarn is, but I imagine any sort of chunky yarn like this will work. Oh, it's a bottom-up sweater, which I've never done before. That should be interesting. Don't know how I feel about that, to be honest, but I guess that will be fine. I've done my gauge swatch, and my stitches aren't quite matching. I've got 10 stitches to 10 centimeters instead of the 11 that the pattern has. I was using an online calculator just to readjust, and then I got into this, and the suggested positive ease is about 30 to 40 centimeters anyway, so it's going to be quite oversized. So instead of going for a large, which is what I'd normally go for, I think I'll go for a medium, which will be still about 35 centimeters positive ease, so it's kind of in the middle. So it will still be quite oversized, but I think that will be good. I think we'll just get stuck into it. Yeah, okay. Okay, first row done. This always looks too big, but I guess it's fine. Let's get on with it. I've got about an hour until I need to get ready to go out for dinner, so I thought it could be fun to see how far I can get in that hour. Yeah, so we're 2 rows in. Let's see how many rows we can get. Hopefully I at least get to the body. I've got another 6 rows of ribbing to do before I can start the body, so hopefully I at least get that far. Ribbing done. It only took me about 20 minutes to do that, so but now we get to work with these 2 colors. Still not used to how big these balls of yarn are. It's crazy. So this is the hour update. It's looking pretty good. The Intarsia is working well. The tutorial I watched really helped. I'll link it down below if you end up using this pattern and need a tutorial for that. Cautiously optimistic that we're gonna get it done, but we'll see. Yeah, at the end of this video you'll see whether I got it done or not. Either I'll have some nice pictures in Seoul or Tokyo wearing my nice sweater, or I will just have some pictures in my house. But other than that, I think I'm gonna leave that for tonight because I'm just gonna be having drinks and having dinner. So I'll check back in tomorrow. But first, a quick word from our sponsor. It's me. I'm the sponsor. I'm sponsoring myself. I released a Patreon. If you don't know, my usual gig is making micro crochet earrings, and I've started a Patreon to teach just that. Every month I will be releasing a new tutorial for my designs, and the first month is making these little guys. These little daisy chains are by far my most popular request I get for tutorials, so I thought that would be a fitting first place to start. I also have a lot of other perks other than the tutorials, such as early ad-free access to these YouTube videos, shop discounts, monthly color palette challenge, challenges. And then I also have a Discord, which is going to be for paid members, but as a celebration of releasing this, I wanted to open that up to all of my free Patreon members as well. So if you didn't know, you can sign up to Patreon pages for free, and that will give you updates when the creator posts. And so I would love to celebrate those free members by opening up my Discord channel to those members for the first couple of months. And so the Discord is pretty much just a place for the members to connect with each other, share your projects. I will also be hosting a few things every now and then, like giveaways or events like live streams and that kind of thing. I really just want to create a community of crafters. Links to my Patreon are down below, and once you sign up as a free member, that link will be available to you. It will be pinned at the top of my page, so you just click on the link and you can join it that way. So yeah, I really hope to see you guys over there. But yeah, that's it for me. Back to me trying to figure out how to make a jumper in a week. Please ignore this mess behind me. I'm a crafter, it happens. Hi, welcome to day 3, day 2.5 maybe. We have the whole back panel done. Very exciting. I finished this last night. We've got that done, and we've also started on the front panel. I did the ribbing last night, so I didn't have any excuse not to start it today. It's just gonna be a lot of repetitive knitting, but let's get into it. I have a lot of YouTube to watch, so we should be good. So we've just had lunch, made it to row 32 before we had lunch, and this is what we're looking like. So we're a little bit past halfway of what I need to get done before we start doing shaping for the neck. So I'll just keep going. Might time myself to see how long it goes to keep the motivation up, because it does get quite repetitive just working back and forth. So yeah, let's start a timer and see how long that goes. From row 32 to 56, it took me about an hour and 26 minutes. So an hour and a half for 24 rows, so that's pretty good effort. We have 2 full pieces now, front and the back, and I think they're actually the same size. I hope. I was trying to line them up. I think they're approximately the same size. That would be fine. But now the pattern says that we seam up the shoulders, and then we add a stitch marker for under the arms, and then we just do the arms, and I guess we seam up the sides after that. Alright, let's seam up the shoulders, I guess. I hope this fits, because that's like the one biggest downside I find to doing things in like pieces like this, is that you can never try it on until later, and like it always looks so big. But I think it'll be fine because it's like meant to be oversized and like drop shoulder, so hopefully that's fine. And especially without having the ribbing on the neck, it's gonna look massive. So let's try this on and see how this goes. Okay, that looks pretty even, I think. It's feeling quite big, but I guess once this is properly seamed, maybe I should have gone size down. This is the problem with doing it like this, but we're gonna persevere and just hope it works out. Maybe I can stretch it further downwards if it's too big this way. But this is the picture, and the sleeve is pretty far down on her arm as well. Maybe a little, not quite as far down as it was on mine, but we'll try and add the sleeves. And if it's oversized, it's oversized. Oversized is on trend these days, right? Maybe. I've got the windows open in the background, so you're gonna hear clanging, but it's just too hot to have them closed. And the winds today are gusting up to 110 kilometers an hour, which is the reality of living in Wellington. So there's not much I can do about that, but I apologize. Let's start on the sleeves. Oh, right side facing, I see. I see. So I picked up stitches for the arms. I have never made a pattern quite like this. I know a lot of patterns are made like this, but I've just never, I don't think I've ever even made a sweater where you stitch all the pieces together. I've always just done like the whole, like top down, all in one piece. So the fact that you like seam the shoulders together and then knit the arms just as a straight panel and then seam up the side and then along the arms. I've never done anything like that. I don't know if that's quite normal. I was expecting to pick up stitches for the arms and just go around, but I guess maybe because you've knitted everything else flat, maybe the stitches, if you do it in a round, come out different. I'm not sure. I don't have much experience with this kind of pattern, but that's okay. Yeah, just interesting. Hoping I can finish half of the sleeve tonight maybe. It's currently 5:20. We'll have dinner soonish, so I'll just, oh my god, the wind is so bad. Yeah, let's see how far we get. Good morning and welcome to day 3.5, 4 I guess. I am so determined to finish this today. I've got it sitting in front of me. There's so much knitting. But yes, I'm so determined to finish this today because I have 4 days left until I go away. And I have so much life admin to catch up on before I do. So if I don't finish this today, I don't know if I'm gonna finish it because I'm gonna be so stressed about everything else otherwise if I start putting it off too long. But we've got this much on the sleeves so far, and the rows are getting really quick because I'm slowly decreasing them, so it's not going too badly. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see. But yeah, okay, I just really need to get a move on at this point. I'm getting quite stressed. This maybe wasn't the best idea to do before going away on a really big trip, but that's okay, we'll get it done. We'll get it done. It'll be fine. Alright, welcome to my bathroom. This is what we're looking like so far. It's completely open down the sides, but we'll sew that up. It's a little bit big, but I'm hoping that when we add ribbing around the neck, it'll pull that in a bit, and because like this is quite gaping. So I'm assuming that adding ribbing around the neck will just pull it in a bit and like raise this up maybe a little bit, because I mean it's oversized. And it's not too bad, but I'm just worried about it growing once I wash it. I think the next step for the pattern is to do the other sleeve, but I might do the ribbing just because I am worried about it being too big at the moment. So I think that might put my mind at ease if we do the ribbing first. So I'm gonna go start that next. I've just done the neck and I'm really undecided how I feel about it. It's a lot wider than I thought it would be, and so it kind of just looks a bit open and like wide, and I'll probably be wearing a scarf, so I guess it doesn't matter too much, but I would like it just to be a little bit more closed. Like this doesn't seem like enough ribbing, and I was looking at the picture and that it is just like a wide necked design, like that's just the way it looks, which is fine. I keep complaining about the oversized fit and I just need to get over it because that's just what it is. I'm just so worried about these sleeves growing too long, which is my main issue at the moment, because even without blocking it or anything, these are huge. Let's seam up the side and see how that goes. Oh, she's too big. I'm so sad. I've redone the sleeve. I did some janky things with decreases, but oh my god, that is like miles better than what it was. I guess we just repeat that on the other side. The good thing about the arm being shorter is way less rows to do on the other side. So hopefully I can repeat what I did on this. I essentially just decreased heaps, and probably up close it looks a little bit weird in places, but we're gonna roll with it. And we've got a nice oversized sweater now that actually fits. Feeling much better about this. I was getting quite discouraged. All right, let's go attach the other sleeve. And it's at this point that everything started to go a bit more downhill. The sweater wasn't fitting at all how I wanted it to. The neckline was too wide and it just felt too big in general. Realistically, I should have started over at this point, and if I hadn't been going on a trip at the end of the week, I would have. And I know a lot of comments are going to probably say that I should have frogged it as soon as I had the gut feeling that it was too big when I first did the ribbing, but the thing is that I'm still pretty inexperienced with making clothing, and so I will always second guess my instinct of something being the wrong size until I'm further along the project. And I think that's just something that will come naturally with more experience, and at the end of the day, it's all just a learning curve, and maybe next time I'll be able to catch it sooner. And I also think that a lot of you are going to say that this really doesn't look that big and that I'm making a big fuss over nothing, because honestly, in the footage, it doesn't really look that big. It looks quite nice, honestly. But in person, it really just felt like I was drowning in fabric. In general, I don't really reach for things that are oversized, so this was just a very new style of jumper for me, and it was just something that I was really grappling with. I think also the stress of the situation and the fact that I'd been staring at this jumper nonstop for 5 days just wasn't helping the situation at all, and I was just starting to nitpick on things that were wrong with this. I'll save you all my back and forth updates from this point forward because there were many. But over the next day or so, I finished the other sleeve, and then I undid and redid the neckline with much tighter tension and added more rows so that it was a similar width to the bottom ribbing and the cuffs. In the end, I still wasn't perfectly happy with it, but I had it at a point where it was wearable and honestly really cozy. I gave it a bath and tried my best to shape it and keep it from stretching too much, and then I crossed my fingers and hoped it would dry by the next evening to pack it into a suitcase. Let's get on with the reveal.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. unexpected love was found.
Hello, me again. Here to wrap up the end of this video. Let's talk about what worked, what didn't. Was this a successful project or not? As you can see, I still have it, so I guess that's a success in itself. I haven't decided to frog it. That is still up for debate at the moment. I don't know whether to frog this or not. Please let me know your thoughts. It's now July. I filmed this back in February. It's been a while. So I'm trying to remind myself what I thought about this, but maybe giving myself a little bit of space honestly was a good thing. But yeah, looking back at the footage of where I wore it, my boyfriend was taking videos of me. It is big. The main thing I noticed is like the gaping neckline, and like this one also gaping. I didn't make this, but like it's like this is just the style this is meant to be, and also it's really old, so it's just quite like frumpy. But like I don't mind this, but I don't think this was really meant to be this style. Like this kind of neckline feels like it should be tighter on me than this is. Like this is just kind of like a really loose style, whereas this is meant to be oversized, but I still think it's meant to fit a bit better than it does. And I obviously, all of my problems are my own skill issues. I noticed that it was too big. The amount of times I was like, oh, is this too big? And then I just continued with it. I mean, I was on a time crunch, that's the whole thing. I wanted to get this done for my trip, and I did. I got it done. I even got it blocked. And like, to its credit, I wore this a lot. It was actually really cozy. So that is a good plus for that. We got down to minus 13 degrees at one point, which is really cold, and this came in clutch. My thoughts on the pattern: amazing jumper. Love the look of the jumper. I just don't personally think I'll be doing a bottom-up sweater again. And I think if I had realized it was a bottom-up sweater before I'd gone and bought the yarn, I don't think I would have done it. And that's on me completely. I didn't look at the pattern before I bought the yarn, and I bought the yarn intending to make this jumper. Like, I bought it for that. I bought all of the colors that were in the pattern. I was just really excited to make a pattern where I could use the recommended yarn, because I usually can't buy it here in New Zealand, or it's just like extremely expensive to get it posted because we're just so far away from everything. Let me try it on again, actually. Why don't we do that? I'll try it on again and we'll come back to what I think. I did weave in my ends, but I always miss one of them at least. Yeah, this is really comfy, but like, this is so big. It's way too oversized. Can I get further back in the frame? Yeah, like, I don't know, it's cute. I don't know, let me know your thoughts. Is it too oversized, or is it like kind of chic? Because like it's still not like too long, like it's still like at a nice length. It's just like really wide, and the sleeves are also massive. Yeah, it's cute. I think, yeah, it's just this neckline, and like I did try and fix that, and like if I make it sit nicely, it'll stay like that. But like once I start wearing something, it just stretches out quite a lot. Yeah, so I might look into elastic, which I think would fix the neckline. I might look into elastic, which would fix the neckline a little bit, I think. But yeah, I really love the colors, and like I successfully made a jumper in a week, so thumbs up for that. I just wish I had followed my gut and frogged it at the point when I was like, oh, this is kind of big. Because like you can if you go back to the start of the video, I literally mentioned that when I've done just the hem of the first panel, I mentioned like, oh wow, this looks really big.
This always looks too big, but I guess it's fine.
It's cause it was. At the beginning, when I'm doing like my gauge swatch and stuff, I did try really hard to convert that into the correct size, but I guess I just should have gone down another size, if not 2 sizes more. Yeah, and that's my own fault. And like, I know that with gauge swatches, you're meant to like take it off the needles, and ideally you're meant to block it, and you're meant to like sew it off, but I hate the idea of just wasting yarn on a gauge swatch, and so I always frog it, even though I know you should probably keep it, but like That's precious yarn that I could be using for a project. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Should I unravel it and try and make it a smaller size? Should I just go down a needle size maybe? Anyway, I think that's all I need to say on this matter. Thanks ever so much for watching this video if you made it this far. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. Also go check out my Patreon if you're interested in micro crochet and want to make some little earrings like these. The Discord is open up to free members at the moment as well, just to celebrate the launch of my Patreon page. And a massive thank you to my patrons. Thank you so much, and I hope you're looking forward to the new tutorial, which is coming up in August. I'm sorry it took a full month for me to get out my first video for you to get your name in the credits, but I'm gonna be more consistent, I swear. If you can't be bothered making your own earrings, I also have an Etsy where you can buy them. Go check out that. Links for everything is down in the description. I think that's everything I need to promote. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!